Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Let's check this out. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the unboxing of the BenQ Halo 1. I think I found my new fidget toy. This is the actual Halo. This is why they call it Halo. It's touch capacitive, so you can turn it on and off just by pushing the center button. You also have the lights between the front and the back, as well as controlling the intensity of the actual light. You can turn it up or down just by spinning the wheel on the outside. And let me tell you, it's smooth. Temperature control is also an option. You can turn it down to make it more of a yellow light, or you can turn it up to make it more of a bright light. The other options are also automatic. Now, I never thought automatic would be this good, but it really does figure things out. And it's the feature I use most these days. If the automatic light doesn't actually control it the way you prefer it, you could push this button here and actually go back to just manually controlling it. The wheels are smooth, but the big question is, it's almost $200. Why do people buy it? Let's figure out why. Here's a great example. I took a trip to Target and I bought this lamp. Now I've had it for a little while. Your typical lamp runs off LED. It actually has an LED bulb in there. Very efficient. I used this for years. You turn it on, off, just like a regular bulb. But when you slow it down, this is 60 frames per second. Slow motion. You'll notice all the flickering. That's very typical of LED bulbs. They turn on and off consistently. You don't typically notice it yourself. However, I think your body does. So after a few hours sitting in front of the screen, you feel a little fatigued. You'll also notice here, sometimes screens themselves can be LED powered, and lower quality LED screens will actually flicker on and off as well. Not as important on a watch because you only really look at it for a few seconds. Now let's try that again, but this time with a BenQ Halo light. Here, the exact same thing, 60 frames per second, slow down, slow motion. You'll notice the light, you don't notice it flickering even in slow motion because it's actually happening a lot faster than it was with a regular LED bulb. So fast, you don't notice it. Now to prove it's the exact same 60 frames per second, here's my watch. It's flickering just as bad as it was in the first video, but you don't notice that same flickering in the background. Pretty awesome, I think. However, there are some downsides to it. The control doesn't really tell you what temperature of light it is. It also doesn't tell you how strong it is. It's a bit of a guessing game, and that's where I'm not too much of a fan. I do video, and sometimes I'll record in front of my desk, and it'd be nice to know what temperature I'm at. That's where the BenQ Halo 2 steps in. It gives you all that information that the other one doesn't. It also gives you a ton more. So at the very top and bottom, you'll see the percentages. That's the power of the front and the back light. So you got two separate controls. You also got the temperature. The temperature, it gives you the Kelvin number here. So the lower the number, the more yellow the light gets. The higher the number, you get more of a daylight or a white. There is a slight delay from the time you actually move the wheel here, and it actually changes the light. So there's just a small delay there, really not that bad. This is the same with the Halo 1, so no difference there. This button here actually lets you toggle between the front and the back light, or you can have them both on just by pushing those. And of course, just like the Halo 1, you got the power button, which is down the middle. Automatic will actually determine your Kelvin as well as your power, depending on what lighting is around you. So it uses the sensors in the system. We also have one more feature. It's actually a feature that is not in the Halo 1. This one is the auto detect. So it'll detect whether you're at your desk or not, and when you're not, it'll shut off. You can actually set that time between 5 minutes and 15 minutes. So if it doesn't notice you, it'll actually shut the lights off. It's great if you're working at home and you go to lunch or something and you think, did I forget to turn my light off? It'll actually do it for you. It is actually one of my new favorite things. I can't tell you how nice it is when I grab my coffee, sit at my desk, and watch my light just turn on like a welcome. Then of course, you have the favorite button if you want to set your own favorite. Here's one of the other differences. This one is actually not battery powered, it's rechargeable. You got USB-C in the back and you just plug it in. And of course, you got the power on and off button at the bottom, just so you can turn it off in case you're taking a trip or something and you won't be back for a while. Battery life is yet to be determined for me, so I will actually give that a test. I'll fully charge it, then I'll use it every single day without turning it off. So I'll update you guys in the comments when I do have that information. Now to see some of the actual physical differences. The actual bar itself does tilt just a little bit to kind of control where the light lands. So if you were getting a little bit of glare in your screen, if you have a really big screen, now you can actually tilt it out so you don't get any of it. The other difference is actually the light in the back. The light itself is actually smaller. However, it's definitely quite a bit stronger. Now, of course, to charge it, just like any other USB device, you plug it into USB and wait for it to charge. The light at the top will actually show you red if it's charging, green when it's actually done charging. Now, here's a question I had before I got this. Will it actually control the light as it's charging? Yes, which is awesome. Some companies completely forget about this. Now let's do an actual unboxing of the BenQ Halo 2, but this time with the sound on. as I sit here editing everything, I started to realize I actually use the auto features on this more than I ever thought I would. It's amazing. I typically like to do everything with a manual mode. The auto light, it just works perfectly. It does actually detect the room and the light, turns the back light and the front light at two different percentages, and it just works right. Don't know how they do it. The other thing I never thought I'd actually use is the feature to sense when I'm actually at the computer. Now, it is actually really nice when I come out of my room and sit at my computer to work in the morning to have it just turn on. Then I also have it set to turn off 5 minutes after it doesn't see me. I did that, and it's perfect because when I go to lunch or something like that, I don't have to worry about it. It just turns right off. Or when I take a break, it turns right off. Come back to my desk, turns back on. It's perfect. So the auto features on this work way better than expected. Way better. I'm a huge fan. If you work on your computer a lot, like I do, this may be a great investment. Sure, it's a little pricey, but it's great for your eyes. It does actually make me feel calmer after using this instead of the desk lamp. I can't explain it. I don't know the science behind it, but I did feel the difference. So I'm a huge fan. If the BenQ Halo 2 isn't within the price range you wanted, they do have others at a lower price point that you can still get, which will give you all the benefits. So take a look at those as well. If you have any questions, write them down below in the comments. Also, if you own one of these or something like this, maybe you can help me answer the questions that the people post. So I'm a huge fan. I'm definitely keeping this.